future. It's getting personal. I don't want it to be personal.
A lot of us live in this space where we're told that our opinions don't count because they're not the right kind of opinions, and we're constantly shouted over and talked over regardless of what we look like, because there's one group in society that basically takes precedence, and it's frustrating. So yeah, of course, it's frustrating because when we try to talk about it, we get shouted down, we get told to be quiet, we get spoken down to as well. So there's hostility there for plenty of women.
Let's try to make this an opportunity to speak.
You're literally a white woman from Australia. You live in a bubble, and you're pissed that voices that have been silenced forever finally can be heard.
That's why they have.
Wow. What's up, guys? VinceDao here. Feminism makes women miserable. Liberalism makes people in general miserable. That's the point of today's video. As you know, last month I was on the Asian panel that Vice did, and you saw evidence of how clueless, over-emotional, and unknowledgeable liberals can be.
The more in common that a society has with one another, the more likely they are to work together and build things in society and not constantly be fighting each other and at odds with each other.
Did you think the Japanese internment was a good thing? Japanese internment is a classic example of assimilating Asian Americans.
No, it's not. It's a classic example of internment. I mean, they intern people.
Well, more recently, they did a women's panel about feminism with Sydney Watson and Pearl Davis basically being the isolated right-wingers, very similar to my panel. And I think, you know, if my panel demonstrated their cluelessness, I think this really demonstrated just the bitterness and misery of liberal people. But before we talk about it, everyone do me a favor right now and leave a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. And listen, if you can hear in my voice, I have a bit of a cold right now, but I'm still doing the video. Wow, look at this work ethic, chat. Can we get a like and subscribe? Like and subscribe? Yeah, you're doing it? All right, thank you. But anyways, everyone is talking about the behavior of this one liberal woman on the panel whose name was Yelda, who, as you saw in the opening clip, was angry, belligerent, and unhinged basically the entire time.
Care to empower women, or is disempowering women part of your, like, steez?
To see this as shame, insult, guilt, need to be right, okay. Why is it empowering to sleep around?
No, what I'm saying is, like, I feel like you do, like, take, like, the way you speak on women is very sort of like, women just don't want to do this. Women just don't have this. Women just wanted this. And I wonder why you have so much, like, hatred towards women.
I don't hate women.
Where does that root in? It sounds like you do.
She even got angry at Pearl Davis, saying that men didn't belong in women's sports, which I know how liberals really feel, but usually that's something that they somewhat cave on or at least change the topic for optics' sake. Nope.
I don't know, like, political jargon and stuff, but I believe in the advancement of women, whoever considers themselves a woman.
The problem is, like, we can't compete. We can't. Like, I'm 6 foot. If I go up against a 6 foot guy and I play basketball with him, he's gonna body me.
And what happens if I go up against you? Even
if I have.
In short, what you saw on this panel were not just ridiculous political beliefs, but a borderline mental breakdown from a deeply unhappy person.
Of course, it's
You're literally a white woman from Australia.
Well, following the panel, drama has unfolded between her and Sydney Watson, and the behavior has just become completely unhinged. First off, Yelda said that violence was committed against her on the panel. I'm not joking about that. I'm not exaggerating that. I know, you know, all the Ben Shapiro speeches on college campuses, you always see, they're saying speech is violence, and I'm sure a lot of people hear that and think, okay, are they really saying that? Is that like one poster on a door? Yeah, well, she said it. So, yeah, debating ideas is violence. Sitting on a panel willingly, by the way, is violence, apparently. Not the first time we've heard it, but a telltale sign of delusion, typically. But then Sydney Watson did a video talking about the panel, fairly standard thing, and Yelda proceeded to absolutely flip out, attacking her. Now, this right here is already a little bit unhinged, but I can understand internet beef between two prominent people, right? But she then went on to click on the profiles of every single person who was leaving her negative comments and reposted like a dozen of them for hours saying, loser, loser, racist, evil, completely unhinged behavior. Like, you're a verified account, you just went on Vice, you're supposedly some prominent activist person, and you just go completely psycho on every random person who leaves a comment. That's not normal human behavior. And for the record, let me say that I discourage you from raiding her or harassing her, because this is someone with obvious issues that I don't want to make worse. But look at some of these stories. So firstly, she posts this girl. That's actually my friend Chandler, who works for the Babylon Bee. Now, Chandler recently got engaged, which congratulations. But of all the photos Yelda could have picked, she chooses the engagement photo and calls her a loser. Really? Wow, she's getting married to a man who wants to spend the rest of his life with her? What an L! She's not some single, bitter, angry feminist. What a loser, right? Do you see the projection there? The internal misery, maybe a little bit of jealousy. You see it too with this one. So this guy has a picture with his family, and just look at that family. Don't they look like a happy and healthy family? Don't they look like nice people? Literally, I've never seen a family photo that's that happy. And what does she say in her unhappy state? Vomit-worthy racist. It's like, really? Clearly, there is something about happy people getting married and raising happy families that is deeply upsetting to her. It is deeply upsetting to the feminist mind, which, as we can see on the outside, exists in a state of misery. The derangement continued. She posts this guy in a suit and calls him a loser, which, again, of all the photos you could choose, you choose the one where he's wearing a nice suit, it fits well, he looks like someone important. Yeah, what a loser, right? Well, this one right here is outright insane. Check it out.
Well, you're gonna have to go. Keep pointing straight down the range. Yep. Walk even to where he's standing.
So, as you could tell, that guy was shooting at metal targets at an outdoor range. Pretty standard gun guy stuff. And she said that Bumblebee and her followers were, and I quote, killing people daily. She thought this video of a dude shooting a gun at metal was him killing people. I mean, I get it. She's not a gun person, but you would ask questions like, then why isn't he in jail? Why is the video up on Instagram? Why do dead people sound like metal clanging? I don't know, but that's what she said, okay? And then here's where the paranoid delusion goes from about 11 out of 10 to like 12 out of 10. She comments an angry thing on Sydney Watson's post, and then she gets the Instagram auto flag. Basically, if you don't know, Instagram has this feature where if you say something with mean words, it'll automatically give you this warning. Like, this comment looks similar to other comments that go against our community guidelines. Do you want to delete it? Are you sure you want to post it? It does this for everyone. It doesn't mean they'll actually report it. It's just kind of like this automatic warning system. But she thinks that meant Sydney Watson reported her comment. The comment hasn't even posted yet because she got the warning. As you can see in the photo, posting, but she says, LMAO, she can spew hate, but reports anyone who doesn't agree with her. Sydney Watson in a bubble, scared. Like, what? Literally delusional, like quite literally paranoid delusion. So if you ask me, and I say this out of genuine love, I think she needs help. I mean, she's clearly unstable. She is losing it. She is a paranoid, deluded individual. And this is not normal human behavior. So again, don't go harassing her, please. You know, this is someone who is mentally and spiritually unwell and needs help. So I will pray for her. I hope you do too. But let it be said, this is the consequence of feminism. If you take nothing else from the debate, just look at how visibly miserable and bitter the feminists on the panel were, and ask yourself if the feminist way is really working for women. I mean, we can debate the facts and the wage gap all we want, but if you ask me, there's really only one question that matters when it comes to debating feminism, and that's the question of whether or not feminism produces women who you would want to be mothers to America's children. Is it producing women that you want to share society with? Or is it producing bitter, angry, deeply unpleasant people? If the answer is the latter, which you can see with your eyes, which the panel showed, then there's not really much more that needs to be argued about feminism. By nature, it has lost the debate. If it is producing unhappy and miserable people, then it is clearly a wrong idea. But what do you think? If you watched the panel, what did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. But all right, guys, that'll do it for this video. Before we wrap up here, I just wanted to say rest in peace to Diamond from Diamond and Silk. If you haven't heard, she passed away very unexpectedly yesterday. So if you could keep Silk and her family in your prayers tonight, I'm sure they would appreciate it. She will be greatly missed, absolute legend in the conservative movement. But yeah, okay, guys, I really hate to end on that note, but you know, like I said, I'm sure her family would appreciate the prayers and support right now. But until the next time I see you, remember to like and subscribe. Alpha moves only. God bless and peace.